It's actually 5:30 if you want to start.
Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we got roll call. We got everybody here. We got Miss Lori on the computer there.
Can you hear us, Miss Lori?
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have the minutes from November that we need to,
We couldn't make a vote last
we
time.
couldn't vote last time because we didn't have a quorum.
That's
So
correct.
you have the minutes from November and those were sent to you. Is there anything that needed to be corrected? If not, I will entertain a motion to accept.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. And we don't have to do anything with the 13th ones, do we? Because I don't see them in here.
No, can't even have minutes.
Okay. Well, I just thought there might be something that said we didn't have a quorum.
Yeah, we just mentioned it in
To
the being report
decide,
time.
you know.
It'll be in these minutes.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we got any guests here today? Nope. Okay, breakfast with Santa. Must be.
Breakfast with Santa was amazing. There was a huge turnout. The kids were everywhere. Parents showed up. Like we had pancakes going the whole 2 hours. Like they didn't slow down till like the last 15 minutes on the grill.
That's awesome.
It was a great turnout.
Good event. Good use of the space.
So this is definitely something that we need to do again next year. The people couldn't say enough about it. The panel was great. The food was great.
Atmosphere was
had a
great.
good
It was
time.
really good.
Good. All right.
I'm sorry I couldn't have stayed for more, but y'all had it set up nice. It was really good.
Do we know like an estimate of how many?
How much pancake, how much
I was gonna
pancake?
say,
You can kind of go back and look at pictures to count, but
I was just curious, like if,
I'd say probably anywhere from 100 to 150 kids.
I'd say at least.
Yeah.
Victoria reported
There
back
was
that
some families that had like
Crazy.
groups of
Non-stop.
kids that
Yeah.
have, together.
yeah,
So
Okay.
it was a pretty good turnout. There was people sitting at the table and there was a line from Santa to the wall just about the whole time.
wow.
it was good.
All right. That's the only thing we have under unfinished business. And then new business, we've got Boys and Girls Club.
The other day, we had a meeting with the Boys and Girls Club, Kate, myself, and Victoria. We talked about concerns, what we expected of them, what we were asking of them, and then kind of if they were able to adjust to those requests. And pretty much anything that we asked them, they were willing to cooperate, from like starting out with a short-term trial, 60 to 90 days, either do the summer and do their whole program through the summer, or then do, or start, once school starts back, and start for like, do a 90-day trial period that way. Just to kind of fill it out, see how things are gonna go, see how things are gonna work with our seniors there every day, and our daily use, and then our rentals on the weekends.
So
I agree.
it was a really good meeting because the contract they sent, and it's just a standard contract, and it was like for 3 years, and we're like, we're not ready to jump into that, but we're interested in the program. And like Alicia said, they were very flexible. And they're like, we do most of our programs at off-site locations. Other people have them. And our biggest concern was tearing up the community center and keeping it clean. And they're gonna hire people that keep it clean, and they had no problem with the trial period. So we just wanted to bounce off with you guys, and they had no problem with being just one room, and they just wanted the whole community center. And we were like, that's too much. Yeah, we said West Hall because that's too much to
Yeah.
monitor anyway.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
And even adjusting their time frame,
Yeah.
to where it can benefit.
Our evening
nothing
meetings
would
and stuff.
overlap, like with the daily usage, and then the rentals on the weekend too.
And when we talked about the senior center that's out there, they were like, we'd like to pair the senior center with the youth programs, and
I
we're like,
think that's
that's
wonderful.
awesome. So it's really, and there was even conversation of it not being the elementary age students and keep the elementary age students at the school and make it a middle school and high school.
Back to what it was originally at the
It
teen
was
program.
like the teen center.
And we just said, we're really open to that too. So,
Yeah.
the feedback I think we're looking for today is if you think, because they've agreed to a 60 to 90 day trial period before we would get into any kind of a long-term contract, would be, do you think we should start when school year ends and go to August 1st and do the summer program? Or do you think we should just wait till the school starts and do the after-school program?
I think you should do a combination because you need to see how it's going to be in the summertime and you need to see how it's going to be during the school year.
Well, I think that at least, I do too. I think the summer program is something that people, I've heard so much in the past years being about Pleasant about nothing for the kids to do in the summer. But then not a lot of turnout at some things that we do in the summer. So maybe if the Boys and Girls Club had a dog in the race and we saw some, that might help make our decision about longer term. I mean, are people really going to show up and do some of these things in the summer? too? So I think, doing it in the summer is definitely something to consider.
So we
I
could,
think it was successful, and with them doing it in the summer, that would give them a better idea of how to handle things when school does start, if it's a successful trial.
I mean, they're using it the majority of the time during the school year, so you definitely need to have them there during the school year some to see if that's going to be. I mean, you can have an amazing summer, but 9 out of the 12 months or 10 out of the 12 months, it's going to be a complete different program because it's going to be a school program.
Absolutely.
so maybe we agreed to the summer, and they said that if we had the information back to them by March, that was plenty of time for them to market the program and get it set up. Summer and August. And we said it wouldn't be like at the end of August we would say, didn't work, you're done. We would have constant communication, ongoing, saying this isn't working, help us out here, and or it's not getting clean enough, or that kind
And I
of
mean,
stuff.
that's gonna be key is communication, because they need to know on a day-to-day basis, like, if there's something that's not working, or
Yeah.
if there's something that needs to be changed or adjusted, then we can tell them, hey, this is not gonna work.
If they're willing to
We're
flex
gonna have
around
to-
what we already have in
Yeah.
place, because like I said, you can't just all of a sudden say, okay, we're not gonna,
Yeah.
you can use it Friday till 7, because our ordinance with the rental agreement says that people can get it at 5.
Right.
So,
No, they were very, very flexible, and it seemed like anything we asked of them was not anything that they had not been asked at another location.
I
So
know that we've had
Sure.
concerns about our seniors and our TK class. I spoke with both of them this week. Miss Diane, she loves the idea. She's just afraid that if they're in the West Hall, that they may not be able to use it like they have been
the
for some
kitchen,
of their luncheons in their kitchen.
I get that too.
And TCAT, he said as long as they're not in that side room, the East Hall with him during the day during class, being loud and rowdy, he said they're fine. Because we do have like the CDC classes come over, Best Buddies, they'll bring their kids over, they'll have little parties, and do things like that throughout the day, throughout the school year, several times a year. So they'll use the East Hall, they'll have their little karaoke machine going, and sometimes they have blow-ups that the kids use. So, it's
And that was my whole argument on the other side of that is, how is it going to conflict with what we already want to do with it? And want to do more of with what we have there. And if they're flex around it though, I mean, I don't see any reason why not let them have a trial period.
it seems like they're very used to that, 'cause they have so many of the locations are not theirs. They're used to that.
And if it ends up being a smaller number than what they anticipated, then maybe West Hall versus East Hall, I mean, you can say today, we need the West Hall for this, or.
We talked about that too.
Yeah.
When something comes up that we could say, okay, we've got somebody doing a wedding and they're setting up in the West Hall on Friday. So
Yeah.
on this Friday, you're going to have to be in the East Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as long as there's communication and we let them know ahead of time, they can adjust as needed.
And I guess we as a community center can adjust accordingly too, because if they're in the West Hall and there's something that can be done in the East Hall, we say, well, you can
Yeah.
go to the East Hall. Yeah.
And they're excited about getting their numbers up too, even though their numbers in the elementary school are good.
Yeah.
So from Alicia and my perspective, what we want from you is just some general direction of what you'd like to see. And then it probably won't go to the commission this month because we've already got that agenda out. But they said as long as we gave them notice by March, would probably be the
Okay.
February agenda because we have to tweak that contract.
So be thinking about it.
Yeah, but if you all could give us some direction today, we'll tweak the contract based on, if you think, do the summer program and a month into the school year, and we'll start with that, and we'll tweak the contract and have that in front of the city commission in February, and that's still plenty of
I
time
think
to do
that's
all
okay.
that.
I'm good with that.
So,
Question.
That's good.
we'll take that as a.
Yeah, I can hear you. What you say?
I said I had a question about, the way that they're going to do it, and you said they're gonna have the West Hall. Is that the hall that's over there with the refrigerator? and stuff?
Yeah, that's the bigger hall with the kitchen.
Okay, okay. So,
Basketball.
that is a good thing. That is a great thing. I just hope that, they can raise their numbers with the middle school and the high school as far as them being like mentors, and then they can help the elementary school and help them grow in the elementary school. That's my only concern, is I just want this program to be able to grow, just to help kids, that's it.
Well, Miss Lori, let me correct it's something that maybe we gave you the wrong impression. They said it's either elementary or middle school, high school. There's no way they're going to put the elementary students with the older students. So the idea was, I mean, I think initially, correct me if I'm wrong, I think initially they wanted to move the elementary
If the
school
whole- If
program.
they can have the whole building.
Yeah.
That way they can have elementary on one side, middle and high school on the other. But with only using one side,
They may keep the elementary at the elementary and then do middle school, high school at the center. And if you all have a preference on that, then that should be part of what you recommend. Because right now there's nothing for middle and high school. And that is Boys and Girls Club. I know you know, Miss Lori, that's their goal, that's their target audience, and they're not hitting it here. So they even said in our meeting, maybe we keep Boys and Girls Club elementary school at the elementary school, and we try and make this a middle school, high school program.
but they
And-
definitely said they would utilize the elementary school for their lunches.
Yeah.
Because they have a great free lunch program over there through the summer. And of course, you know, they have their playground equipment and things like that over there. They'll have the splash pad there during the summer. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
Now, that free lunch only runs the month of June.
it only runs through the month of June.
I think they thought it was the whole summer. I
Oh,
got that
I thought they-
impression.
yeah, I thought they
They
did
just
too.
said they'd walk across the street all summer.
Yeah.
But if you all,
It
as
runs
a-
the month of July. I think it's June only.
if you all have a preference on whether or not you think it needs to be middle and upper school as opposed to the elementary school, because you'd liked it to be a high school program, you need to let us know that too, because, I mean, initially they came to us just to move the program to a bigger facility, but then when they sat down with us, they said, our target audience is middle school and high school, and we don't have anything here.
Well, and
Yeah.
not to, speak out of turn, but that's what we've always tried to do. I mean, it was always geared towards having something for the older kids to do after school and stuff. I mean, and lack of staffing was one of our bigger issues with
Right.
Parks and Rec.
And they have that.
And they have
access
that,
to
so
that.
if we can even just, it's just a trial right now. Or I know what you're saying, I'd love to see it grow to be something that they need more space from what we even have to offer. And maybe a new facility could be granted into our area, but for right now, I mean, if we can bring something similar to the teen center back with some staffing and some programming and guidance, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Because there is nothing, and I see a mass exodus
It's
of
a
kids
weakness, yeah.
still walk right past that building all
Every
day,
day.
every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And my other question is, are they still willing to help with the repairs that need to be done?
Yeah,
It seemed like absolutely, and they're willing to pay any difference in utilities. I think all that apparently is what they're used to doing at other places, so, and that would be written up in the contract if something.
But
if
I
some-
imagine they're not gonna spend a whole lot of money during the trial period.
Right, but we'll have a contract that says, if something's broken, you can replace it, that kind of
As far
stuff.
as general maintenance and upkeep and cleaning, but as far as, repairs and stuff, that would probably come after the, I agree.
Well, we would definitely have to like cooperate into making it safe enough to keep the kids contained.
Yes. The idea of
In a
having a
way
door with
that,
an alarm on it is novel.
benefits everybody. So, like, the repair of the doors,
Uh-huh.
maybe some kind of bell system or something when a door's open,
And
something to that effect.
that's gonna be for them, that should be non-negotiable.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely on
Yeah.
them,
Security,
yeah,
you know.
agree.
well, I don't know that you're going to be, I mean, you'll be able to tell from the summer with June and July, but the month of August is not gonna be a good indicator for school. You really need August and September, I think. So maybe instead of 60 or 90, they may need to look at like 120, so that way you have 2 months of summer and 2 months of school.
Okay.
Because 1 month of school, I hadn't looked at next year's calendar. This year we didn't start school till like August 8th.
Yeah, that's,
So, I mean, we were already a week into the month, so 3 weeks is not gonna be a
Pretty
good
much the same.
indicator
it's very
Is
close.
this year the
of
same?
what you're going to need more than 3 weeks.
Is it the same this year, that's certain, like, it used to be like August
You
1st?
looking it up, Mitzi?
August 5th.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, I think
And
we're
then
gonna
there's an
need,
in-service day, there's a out day.
There's a holiday in there somewhere too, isn't it?
It's September 2nd, yeah.
Yeah.
so I think we need probably August and September to
There's
be able to
yeah.
tell a school, because 3 weeks is not gonna tell you much.
I don't disagree with that. I
don't
mean, if
think
you're
you're gonna be
okay with,
able
I mean,
to-
but that's almost like saying here's a trial run summer and a trial run school year.
Yeah.
And I think they're fine with that.
Yeah.
That's the
If,
impression.
if
we
you're
got.
trying to trial run both, you're
I
gonna
mean-
need more than 3 weeks.
That would almost get you to fall break. It'd be really close to fall break, and you have a meeting maybe right before fall break. So if they needed to make different arrangements for fall break,
Yeah.
because fall break is the 7th. So if you met at the end of September, which is the 30th, that's a Monday, then that would give them several days if you needed them to get somewhere during fall break or after, or even right after.
So if we decided to terminate the idea or whatever,
Like I said, our goal is to keep communication open the entire
Yeah.
time. So if there's a problem, we're not gonna wait till October to tell you that problem.
Right.
You'll know about it way ahead of time.
I just think you need more than the 3 weeks. I think you need, if you're going to do summer and to do school, you need to really see 2 months of each.
Well, it's really not fair to them to cut it off before fall break anyway,
Yeah.
All of a sudden you don't have an after-school program.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, too, you truly get a sense of how the program will run throughout both.
Right.
Because because the summer they're there from 7 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And through school, they're only there from like 3 to 6. Or whatever they're going to adjust however they're going to adjust it.
Right. Right.
I agree. I mean, for us to even be able to make a real recommendation, first you got to see some.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to the trial run at all.
So if you all can figure out how to make that in a motion and pass it.
Then I would make a motion that we allow the Boys and Girls Club to have a trial period in the dates where from
Basically summer till fall break.
summer till fall break. I'll make a motion to let the Boys and Girls Club use the West Hall of the Community Center from summer to fall break.
I second that.
I third it.
All right, then we will work on it. I don't think it'll be on the agenda until February, but still, they said by March if that was okay, that was plenty of time for them to move forward. Appreciate all that feedback. That's what we needed.
Yeah.
All right. Event
All right.
coming year.
Our yearly event. Of course, we start in January usually with like a simple movie or something that we can throw together quick. We haven't done that yet. If y'all want to do that, we can. If not, we can wait and just kick it off with a daddy-daughter dance in February. That date, tentatively, February the 10th, or you have the 17th. Which would work better for
Can you see the dates I gave you from the other one?
I think the 10th works better for me.
It's kind of your throwdown, so.
Well, I thought Anna Grace had no comps in February. She had them all in January and March, but he said last night at their ball game that they may have some. And the 17th is a possible date, and the
You've
23rd
done it for so long now.
possibly. I mean, and
Yeah.
then possibly they still may have none, so I still
Right.
may be completely open in
So
February.
we can
But
do
I don't,
the 10th.
the 10th, I don't know that I have, the weekend before is coming home dance, Friday, Saturday, so I think I'm good on the 10th.
Okay.
And that's before,
Well, I'm good with the 10th.
that's before.
If
softball
everybody is
dance.
good with that, I'll
It's
Okay.
always
is that-
successful, but I think
what
doing
day
it
is it?
before the 14th is always good, yeah.
It's Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday the
yeah.
10th.
That way, if anybody has Valentine's planned dates
I'll do seven.
afterwards.
And
I'll
I've had
DJ for
several
you.
moms reach out to me already, asking about the dance, so they can get their schedules with their husbands
We still
for
have,
work.
we still have all our lights and stuff available?
Yes,
Okay,
we have all our decorations, all our lights,
okay.
everything. So I'll get this flyer printed up, get it out to, the schools and to Tara.
If you would, put some newer music on the iPad that's relevant to right now. So it'll be on there for the, you know,
Yeah.
have to search
Now-
for it.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me what it is.
I don't know, that's what I'm saying, she'll have a better, you got cheerleaders
You
to deal with it.
You just gotta get make sure they're the
Yeah.
conversion.
I like
Yes,
girls
the edited
on
version,
clean.
please, because I'll never forget that one boy, will you play this? I was like, has it got any bad words? And he said, no, and I put it on and walked away, it's like, no!
Running back.
I saw on the Facebook page that people have asked, did you
Yes.
respond to those?
No, I have not yet.
Okay,
Some people have reached out to me personally, and I have told them, like, we're,
I didn't respond to that.
finalizing it.
Yeah, okay.
So as soon as I get that in, I'm just gonna get it out there. Easter this year is at the end of March. Usually we do the Mother's Day dance following the Daddy Daughter dance. But with Easter falling, we always do the Easter hunt the weekend of Easter.
Like,
And that's at the end of
Saturday
the
after
month.
Good Friday,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we do Easter March the 30th,
Yeah.
and then we do the Mother's Day dance April the 13th.
So Easter's actually the 31st
Yeah.
of March, okay.
I'm good with either one, both of them.
I'll be in Michigan and Daytona. Anna Grace has cheer both of those, so I won't be here either one of those.
Okay. And I've been doing some research, checking on some things that we had discussed at last meeting. Painting class. I reached out to the lady who did our recent class with the ABC grant for the seniors. She charges $400 for a class like that. To do a 2-hour class. She provides the supplies. Now, mind you, we have most of the supplies from what was left over from the grant. So that may cut the price down some, but she's still gonna charge. It's only gonna be like a max of 14 people. So I don't know if y'all would be interested in doing that.
Are we applying for another grant?
We are,
Okay.
I think so. I think
Okay.
Victoria's,
Yeah.
she sent out one today for, non-matching up
Okay.
to $5,000 for some wine tasting. I called one of our local wineries. He was all about it when I spoke to him at first, but he was not like the person in charge. So after he spoke to them, he said that they usually don't do stuff like that because they can't sell the wine off-site from the winery, so they don't make any money.
Gotcha.
So,
We dealt with that for, the sip and strolls we've done, it has to be a donation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like, they usually don't do stuff like that because they can't make any money off of that. I said, well, that's, understandable.
I'm not opposed to the center being used for a painting with a twist type of event. But then if it's limited to the amount of people and she's charging, then it ought to be recouped with the people who want to do it. And if you can't get enough money to pay your $200, then you know, then either you send the people away that came, or you settle for doing a class for the amount of people you got and accepting that money. But I don't think we as Parks and Rec people.
She was 200 or 400?
400.
Yeah.
400.
So
like
you,
30
and-
bucks.
so at 14 people, you're gonna charge each one of them a pretty good amount of money to come in here and,
Almost $29 a person.
Yeah.
huh?
But almost $29 a
Yeah,
person.
which, you know, and I'm not opposed to people paying that if that's something they're interested in. So I'm not opposed for using it like that if the space is available.
Right.
But then if we let other people use the building like that, then we usually charge them a rental fee.
Yeah,
So if she's making money, then maybe we should make some money,
right.
you know? So, I mean, it kind of, I'm not opposed to us doing arts and crafts for the community with volunteers and not having any real professional guidance or
Well,
anything.
Mr. Artist, would you like to volunteer?
Yeah, so,
In your spare time?
yeah, well, yeah, absolutely, you know, but that's what I'm alluding to, you know.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna charge for it, then,
Well, she was just the only one that I knew, like,
Yeah.
that actually would know or even could recommend someone.
And this
No.
is Susan Jones?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, so she's already made money through the grant.
yes, and exactly, and I think what they say y'all did with the seniors was fantastic, and I
Yeah.
hope y'all can do it again, because our seniors need and deserve stuff to
Yeah.
do, you know? But that didn't cost us money, did it?
We had a
We had
small
a
match.
match.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was not
Yeah,
that much. It was
which-
definitely worthwhile for
And what
sure.
I'm saying, imagine it's one thing versus just
Yeah.
charging.
A cooking class, the only place that I saw like
cook in
in
the
this
building?
area was Lime and Loaf, but they are no longer in business. They've been taken over, by someone else. I haven't contacted them because I'm not sure if they even do like classes.
You can't cook in that building anyway.
Well, that's true. That's true. I didn't even think about that.
You can't cook in that building.
Well, their building burned down. Climb and Low.
Lime and Loaf, really?
Yeah, that's why you
Oh,
can't
wow.
cook in our building. Which I'm not sure our building will burn.
They actually moved to Montana, but their building there that was in front of, that they had had a big fire in the arts district where they were, had a big fire.
I reached out to the local dojo,
Mhm.
the one that uses the splash pad for most of the summer, to offer a self-defense class. They have not gotten back to me. I thought that may be something that
Well,
would go over well with some females,
mhm.
even men
Mhm.
might be interesting.
I'm sorry, I was really trying to find something online. We were talking about the cooking class, but there is a young lady, her name is Chef, Jules, and she works really, diligently with the Boys and Girls Club cooking classes. And I'm sure she'll do it for the community because her grandmother, lives out on Hannon Road, and they grew up in Mount Pleasant.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think I can work with you, Alicia, to get something that maybe won't cost as much.
Or maybe it's not
Or-
cooking.
As long as y'all don't cook.
Yeah, we
Well, I
can't
mean,
use
there's a lot
it.
of different things you can do without
Yeah.
actually having to make.
You could
you
easily cook
can
it up.
take it home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you prepare it, and then
A
you.
take and bake.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be great if you could hook us up with her.
Have a
Yeah.
class,
Okay.
healthy
I'll do
class
that.
where they're learning to make certain
Maybe
kinds of
just like
salads.
I think y'all should have a class on canning and preserving.
I would attend that.
I would attend that.
I would teach that.
You can do
And
that.
that seemed to be a lost art, because young people are not gonna know the first thing about that.
I would go to that class.
The canning classes would be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool.
UG Extension does say, because I went to their class to learn how to do that, and
Lindsay has
I
been
think
learning from
that
her
would be a
grandmother.
good class.
And she
I
has
can
been
teach that
like
class.
the canning queen on,
Well, I ain't canned since I
out
was
there on Howard Road.
14 or 15
And I
ago. It's been a long
can,
time.
because it gets your house so
I'd make
hot,
beef
I
jerky.
can it outside with like the,
yeah, I had to do
or you
it
can
steamers
never
and
know
everything, but yes.
no, well, you can use, I use pressure cooker or bowl, depending on what you're canning.
Right.
But I set them up like with the turkey fryer bases outside, and go outside, you don't have to have a stove, then it keeps all your heat outside, so you're not.
Well, you can also, I mean,
House.
but you also have those little portable, like I have them in my classroom that we use those little portable eyes that you just plug in
Mm-hmm.
to like warm,
Yeah.
to warm things
But it's
up.
harder to, electric, it's harder to control that temperature if you're doing pressure. Then, once you set gas and get the temperature and get the pressure,
We'd have
it stays.
a halon system if
So.
we're gonna.
Yeah.
We ain't cooking, they ain't cooking.
Outside, we be outside. We don't know, won't hurt him. We prepare it inside and can it outside.
You take care of Philip.
I think that is a big need, though. A lot of people are interested.
I would
that'd be
teach
cool.
that. I would
be
teach,
real
I could
cool.
teach that, I could teach that.
I thought
Currently,
about a
yeah,
CPR training class.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are certified, who need recertification, or people who just would be
You will
interested.
you will have
in
to charge a small fee for that because they have to
Yeah.
pay for the
the,
card.
yeah.
But that- but
You know, a lot of
that's-
the stuff that we're looking at is gonna have to, some of it's gonna have to be a charge.
Well, I mean, honestly, I feel like there are plenty of things that we do that we should charge, like the Daddy Daughter Dance, not only could we charge, not only should we charge, it could be a humongous moneymaker. So I feel like there's plenty of free things that people are gonna have to realize that everything we do cannot be free.
Right,
I mean, it's not going to be expensive, but it's
It's
just
not gonna be free.
covering costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's just it covering costs. You know what I mean? And inflation has impacted everybody, so it's like we're not trying to not host the event. We just don't have the money for all your cheap bucks.
All right, Alicia, keep working. Good job. Keep going, girl.
looking at some of these ideas, a lot of places, like when you look up community center ideas or community event ideas, bingo is a big thing. I know that we are not a gambling state, but surely to goodness there is a way that we can get around
Do you have
the
bingo?
cost and the fees that are involved with bingo. But like, we could probably get a good set of bingo cards, everything for probably $150
The
to do a
seniors,
night or two of bingo.
yeah, the seniors love it.
Yeah,
mean-
they do.
The seniors love bingo.
People just wanna win.
Yeah.
They don't care what they're winning. It can be a Coca-Cola.
And something that Diane had sometimes is deodorant, even
People wanna
deodorant,
win,
soap,
like-
toothpaste.
I don't care what it is. I just wanna be the winner.
And I mean, charge a fee for like per card or per, like the ones that I saw had three in
Yes.
a set. You know, charge a small fee and then take that and put it as your winnings and whatever you get.
Gotcha.
That's what you win for the night.
Yeah, I
What are
don't know
your
about
prizes?
the regulation with gambling and if
Talk
that's.
with Michael Hay. There's probably a way, maybe we can do it if we don't charge him. I'm not sure what.
Right.
The Elks Lodge does it. I mean,
Yeah.
so I know there's a
I
way.
know there's one in Panama that they do, and they pay out money.
Yeah, there's gotta be a way to
So-
do it.
Would not be charging admission and giving away prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to, some kind of way of the process, the money has to be classified as donation in order for it not to be gambling, because we looked into that before. You can have it, and like you were saying, if you charge for the card and the money's going back in it, then it's not really gambling until you start, betting on it. So as long as you can say the money's donation, and we can prove it is donation, and that way they don't come hang with for gambling.
Gotcha, okay. Another thing that I looked at, these next couple ones were, one that I looked at on several different websites for ideas. Open mic night, I know we have the,
Spotlight players.
Spotlight Players and the Front Porch series that we do like every 4 weeks or whatever, once a month or whatever it is. And those are guys that are local. They charge a little bit. I don't know if they get paid for those.
They do. They get paid
But,
pretty good too.
you know, maybe we could set up to where, anybody can come and sing a little tune or whatever.
A karaoke night, that would be fun.
Yeah, that's basically what that'd be, karaoke night. We
Yeah,
got
like
lights and
karaoke.
music.
Yeah,
You just get a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
That has the words or, yeah.
My suggestion was gonna be something along the same line. We could have like a talent show for maybe one for the senior citizens, and then maybe one for the younger people or whatever. But yeah, to make it something fun, maybe karaoke, but talent show or something.
yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Another one was the block party.
Okay, well, the block, party, is definitely something that there's interest in. We've had a few interest in them, but if you can control them, you get to have volunteers.
Well, instead of doing like, go block off a street block,
Block
we
off the
just
community
block off
center.
the community center parking lot.
Yeah,
Have
Definitely do that.
vendors come in, and I don't know how you would actually do that, but, as far as like food wise,
then you just kind of make it a community.
We used to have it, it was called Summerfest, and we had it in this back parking lot back there, and that's kind of what it was. It was like a smaller version of the barbecue festival in the
do you
summer.
remember when we used to have those at the high school?
Yes, those were big events, but I'm just saying like that would like, I think when you say the block party, and that reminds me of that, like
Yeah.
sometime in the summer, late in August maybe, or
Because I don't have anything for May, June, July, and August. I know we do Juneteenth. I haven't heard anything about that day, about doing a water day. Cause that's the last couple of years that's what we've done.
I haven't,
We're not doing anything.
no, we're not doing it, I just haven't
Oh,
yeah.
done it.
And that's one of the things that I was gonna report is that we will have a pavilion there by that date, because we're
we're working on that.
working on the shelter
Awesome.
and the basketball court too.
Good.
Great. And then, line dancing. Line dancing seems to be popular right
It
now.
is.
The class is back on at the center. She does one night a week instead of two. Like just do a, set up to where, we have maybe a live band or even a DJ that they would use at one of these things, and I don't know if you charge a door fee, but come on in and let's do.
I'm gonna admit to you, there's a lot of opportunities, and, it was mentioned to me before, about concessions, concessions is where it seems, parking and concessions, that's where you really make your money at events, but both of them require staffing of some kind, somebody you can trust, because there's a lot of.
Collecting money,
Yeah, so that even though you're buying a lot of supplies for this event, you recoup all that money, and then you still make some profit on the top of it that goes back into your other events,
Right.
or into the general fund and comes back to you, through your budget next year.
And the only other idea that I have is Vendors Day. The one that we did right before Christmas had a great turnout. I spoke to the lady that I worked with to organize it. People turned out for it. She had plenty of vendors, and like she wants to grow this thing to maybe once every couple of months to have a Friday or a Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. If people are making money, it goes back to that same thing. We charge other people to use the building,
Right. But I had an idea with that. Instead of charging them to use the building, charge them a fee, take that money and put it into put it back into our schools. Either do something with the Santa trolley, donate money, take those kids off the Santa train. Or give it to the schools and say, here, this will pay for these lunches. Provide lunches for the kids. Those that get behind, because there's a lot of need in that sometimes for the schools. I
So
don't
you're
know.
saying you're saying charge them.
Charge the vendors fee.
For the
because they're all
space,
used
like
to-
$25, you
Yeah.
have your space.
Right, and then take that money and then donate it back into the
Because
community.
usually those vendors are paying for space.
Absolutely, that's right.
Yeah.
Why don't you take that money and purchase stuff we need for our next event?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
like we, if we had an arts and crafts thing, we could
Yeah.
purchase arts and crafts stuff with it to have for kids to do.
Easter stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got that done.
Yeah, but
The other
opportunity for.
I got
and
federal
that's
law.
not all of it.
I have no doubt, but there's going to come a time when maybe Lumen does it, and if we
Yeah.
want to continue on this stuff to generate
And keep it in-house, the money in-house.
keeping
Yeah.
keeping money in house, I agree with. Not that I'm opposed to doing anything for the schools either, but we're continuing to do stuff for the community,
Right.
and it costs us something. I mean,
We need to buy popcorn and bags.
popcorn
Yep.
bags.
Boxes.
We can have,
Boxes are easier.
Yeah.
How are we on boxes and stuff? Do we need more? Do we need to
We
get
still
that?
have quite a few.
Okay.
Yes,
Let me
ma'am.
know we start getting low, 'cause we need to order those. They're hard to get right now. Everything's on back order.
Well, I think we're good on boxes,
Okay.
for sure. But y'all just keep in mind, May, June, July, August, September. Cause October's taken with, Harvard Trail. The craft day has been really good in November.
I'm sure June will be the Juneteenth. I'm
Yeah.
sure that will happen.
Yeah, and then, December, say we kick off another breakfast with Santa, cause that was such a huge hit.
Okay.
And
Sounds
as
good.
far as your January thing,
I think like we could throw in there something in the last part of July for, back to school giveaway. Up on Gardenia. Or,
Oh, okay. We could do like the block party backpack.
we can do it at different locations.
Yeah.
Like, we want it to be open to all the community and not just centralized in one part. If we can do it at a couple of different places, that would be awesome.
But if you could do it like in conjunction to when the schools do their, they're like meet the teacher night, they usually try to, and you could do it at the community center and then they could come and just get it there.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was something else that would go correlate time-wise with that.
Yeah.
About all this, the family to family used to have the backpack program, and it was part of what we did. It was part of one of the bigger things we did. And
Now they're still doing the backpack program at the elementary school where they send food home.
No,
I'm
they
talking about
get
school
they
supplies.
got school supplies.
It was a backpack program where we raised money. We stuffed backpacks, and you could come pick up the backpack right before school.
Three schools.
And
Yeah, it was for all the schools, and then that stopped
And we
happening.
really,
And last year we did one Matt
Look at my green
at the church, south side or we did it in the parking lot at the bank, and we did a movie and a school supply giveaway and then Martavius Robinson was doing it at Jonesboro or Errol Mines Park, very similar thing, and they were raising money, getting supplies and having it out there. So
His church, yes.
yeah, so if we could, partner all of us together, we could do something great big maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe July's not a bad time since it's right before school. Yeah. When is the,
She said August 5th, right? So
August-
That's the first,
now, but when it's
they usually do it like,
the end of July.
they usually do it the week that we're like teachers are there, they'll have like a night.
Do they do it like the, tax-free weekend, which is usually the end of the month?
Yeah.
and doing it at the community center, if we could get it, because I'm not
It's right
opposed to
there.
doing it at different locations, but everybody got pretty much will come to the school for this event, or most everybody does.
And especially with, when, I would correlate it with whatever night the elementary school.
And when I did that with Family to Family, we,
They're back to school bash.
Their back to school dash, that's, I
there were
would,
so many people that came to get those backpack show on that day. We did it at the community center. Because TCAT wasn't there yet, and the wall was only halfway. We had used these.
and you can have kids, like, you can do some of your cheerleaders or the football cheerleaders, like, send them over there and say, go to the community center and get the, we're having a back, like little flyers, we're having, like, they'll be small ones, we're having a back to school bash, we could have somebody set up doing snow cones.
But you have to have help from all these people who do this stuff, get Martavius to
Talk to them and.
get them to participate with us, and
Join us.
And the churches.
the church is mad, get with Matt and all them, because we're gonna do the thing.
You were talking about the block party, it could be a back to school block party, and
Because they did that, they were grilling
And if
out
you had
at Jonesboro
vendors-
and
if you had vendors that wanted to come and pay money, and then they could, if they wanted to do hot dogs or snow cones, or I'd charge them a fee, and that people could come and they could, pick up their backpack, they could get a snow cone.
And the vendors that come, some of the proceeds are going to buy school supplies, I mean, it's,
And we can start like a little fund or whatever.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
yeah. To make it a big event, have the opportunity to get everybody to bring the community together, utilize the building for a community purpose, and, and, because you can, there's
Plenty of space.
plenty of space, you can block off the parking lot of the West Hall side, and, let that West Hall and the you
Yep,
know?
they can park on one side.
Park on the East Hall side and use a block party mentality, you know?
Right. And I mean, if they're gonna be at
Music,
the,
food,
they're gonna be at the elementary school anyway, just park over there and walk across.
that's
the
right,
street.
Yep,
that's right.
there.
We'll be at the middle school, yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds good.
I think it, I like it. Okay.
We done? That it?
Yeah.
Well, we want to be about to sleep, go take a nap over.
I'm tired. So you know, tired. All right, we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Make a motion, I'm being you, Jennifer. I'm making a motion.